Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Sister Love Squadcast. We're all here, all 6 of us. Everybody say hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And we are here to talk to you guys and talk to each other and have fun talking because we like to talk.
Yeah, today we actually are going to kind of play a little game. It's basically going to be a conversation starter because a main focus of this podcast, Squadcast, is music because we are Sister Love and that's what we're all about is music. So, Elsie has this box of questions for us.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go into that, I would like to say that episode 1 and 2 you can find on all the platforms. The RSS website, you can't find it on YouTube, so we hope you go listen to the other 2 episodes if you have not heard them yet.
Yes. So, the rules to the game is I will read a question or a scenario, and you have to pick a song that fits that question or scenario.
Okay.
So, I'll pick randomly.
And give the reason why.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Best song to be carried off of any field or arena floor after a glorious victory. Okay,
I got it.
Mandy.
Mandy's on it. Okay.
The Eye of the Tiger.
Okay.
I'm
Why
sorry.
is I don't even know if you need to explain that one, but
It's just the beginning of it just makes you. I can't even describe it. It's just.
Is it because of what it's from, though?
Could be maybe a little, but I don't know. It's just
Maybe a
the-
lottle.
It's because she was in the freezer and it came on at
Well,
work.
that's true too.
yep.
She was dancing in the
And
breeze.
you got all your slack out done, and you felt victorious.
I
right?
did. Yep, I did.
It was the perfect
All right.
song to match
I'm
that
gonna
moment.
have to say, go ahead.
You can't think. Okay, what exactly was the question? I always.
Best song to be carried off of any field or arena floor after a glorious victory.
After a glorious victory. Okay, now I know that there's one that I'm not thinking of.
Now, I think I have the best one, but I definitely want to keep it for last. So everybody go ahead.
Can you think of one, Jaylee?
Just a sec. Did we dance to this song?
But you can say whatever one you want.
Well, I think it really depends on the event.
Yeah.
Because, like, one that I might have for, like, a play or something is probably different than, like, a sports
It'd
event.
be more like a competition, winning a competition
it
versus a
sounds like
play.
I mean, Celebration's good by Cool in the Gang.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that one's really good, upbeat. I have to say that I have one song, and I usually like slow crooner stuff. And I'm usually not a big 80s music fan.
Mm-hmm.
But what a feeling.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
From Flashdance.
Yep.
Every time that comes on, I just feel like I'm winning at life.
Okay, Shelly and Linda.
Blank.
Yeah, kind of me too.
Has there been a song, maybe from the past, that you can think of that's been good, used as a victory or a...
Blank.
I mean, I have lots of memories with different songs. Like at a football game, they played September.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
That's
and our
an
team
upbeat
won that
one.
night, so.
Yeah.
No, I know what one you would pick, Shelly.
What?
Can You Feel It? The Jacksons.
Okay, that's probably right.
Uh-huh,
You're probably right
uh-huh.
there. Yep.
Is it like a victory song? I haven't listened to it all the way through.
It's
Not if you watch the music video.
Yeah. No, it's not quite that, but it's used a lot for that. So
Yeah.
it's about as much as celebration.
It gives that vibe. Like,
Yeah.
just don't watch the music video. It's kind of weird.
And I put that song to victories before.
I mean,
No,
We Are the
definitely.
Champions is always good.
I was just going to say that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's kind of slow.
It really
It
is,
is.
kind
It
of.
is.
Is that the one we danced to?
It was probably in the remix. We danced to.
We Will Rock You, I know.
yeah.
I mean, that one's kind of obvious, too.
Okay, I'll come out and say it. Best victory song is "We Did It" from Dora the Explorer.
We
Did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray!
Yeah. Little snails come out and cheer with
Mhm.
you.
With map.
Yeah, that's one's kind of hard because it really depends on what you're talking about, like what exact victory you're talking about.
Yeah, 'cause there was just another song that I thought that I'm like, that one kind of makes you feel. What was it?
How about this one?
Okay.
You can't touch this.
That's a good one.
I love that song.
Yeah, that one is a good one.
Can't touch this.
MC Hammer.
Yep.
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 I have to say so.
Mhm.
And one that I know you like, I don't know if it's really a victory song, but it popped in my head, is Hawaii Five-0 theme.
That's almost beforehand.
Yeah,
I guess
think
it's more
so
of an
too.
anticipation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to try another one?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is good because we've just been watching Star Trek. If aliens came to Earth and vowed to destroy the planet unless someone played them the most epic love song of all time, what would you play? I know.
Oh, my word. Most epic love song?
I know.
The Righteous Brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't
that.
know.
I was gonna say that.
The Last
What
Farewell.
song by the Righteous Brothers?
The Bobby Hatfield.
Unchained.
Unchained
Unchained
Melody.
Melody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about The Last Farewell?
It's still
No.
hands down Unchained Melody because it's
Yeah.
so timeless. Like
You
I
get-
think you will get an agreement from almost anybody on that.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be the
I
go-to.
agree.
The
Mhm.
problem is you just think that because you love story songs, so it is the most
True.
touching to you. But as universal, that's what they're saying. Universal,
Yeah,
epic
because it's
love
aliens.
song. Yeah,
Even Worf would like it.
I'd even tear up a little bit.
Well, you know, male Klingons do quote poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd have to. Now, if you go from like personal most epic love song, I mean, 'cause there are a lot of love songs that are, well,
They
okay.
didn't say personal. They said your life depends on if an
Yeah.
alien thinks this is epic. This has nothing to do
we're
with
done
you
with the
except saving your
question.
life.
Yeah, that's true. I
I
would
do
probably
not-
die. The whole universe would die because I would pick some love song that, I just really means a lot to
That
me.
only
Huh?
speaks to you.
Uh-huh. And they'd be like, this is terrible.
Okay, so the Unchained Melody I think is hands down, but another song popped in my head.
Hmm.
It's by Kenny Chesney. Do you know
Remind
it,
me at
Zena?
Hello?
Yeah.
I was just listening to that the other day. I would not say it's the most epic, but I'd say
Mm-mm.
for country love songs, it's really great.
It's a sweet love song, but it's not an epic love
No.
song.
There is one other one, okay, that I feel like is epic. It's not that level of epic. It's hard to beat Unchained Melody, Bobby Hatfield.
Yeah.
For some reason, popped in my head, and it's still Bill Medley. Time of My Life.
I thought of that too.
I would say You're My World before that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one, Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. Yeah.
You're My World. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Well, there's always Elvis.
Can't Help Falling in Love.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes, but I don't think it would grab the alien's attention.
Yeah.
I think it's too soft.
Yeah, the thing is, this is epic, so you're thinking arrangement, big, very, emotional.
You don't know how an alien's going to respond.
Well,
They might get all soppy and soft.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he might be on my wavelength. Like,
Mhm.
you might have to pick something more.
Listen, according to Star Trek, the first aliens we encounter are Vulcans. So you gotta go with that.
How are you going to make a Vulcan be emotionally moved? Probably Bobby Hatfield singing Unchained Melody. You're right.
Yes, because they'll go with the technique of it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm still trying to think because I mean that was a quick answer decision. I mean, I can come up with ones. Like I think that My Cup Runneth Over is pretty epic too by Ed Ames.
A Vulcan love song would be something like, so very logical, that's what you are.
Yeah, but I would
This
think they
Guy's
would
in
go
love
off
with you is
the
a
tech-
nice one too.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
this guy's in love with you. Is
Or
good.
what about Love is a Mini Splendid thing?
Mm.
I still don't think either of those
Mm-mm.
be Unchained
Yeah,
Melody.
I
And
agree
maybe
with
it's
you guys.
because of Ghost. I don't know. But
So,
just the song itself, his deliverance of it, nobody can beat Bobby Hatfield singing that.
No.
The amount of emotion in that is epic.
it's true.
I'm surprised you didn't say The Power of Love.
Well, it is a love. It's not a ballad, I guess, maybe. It's a love song, but it's more pop. And pop can be epic, but I feel like, yeah, Unchained Melody is more the epic feel.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those where it isn't necessarily a happy love song, but it can be. It can be kind of either or. You know what I mean? Like there are tragic love songs, and then and then there's super sweet love songs, super romantic love songs. But Unchained Melody, I think, kind of crosses the bridge for all those because it could be taken any way depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm thinking through some of my favorite love songs, and they're just not like grandiose. Okay. There's another one if we're gonna go for the Broadway feel and that you really love.
Mm-hmm.
All I Ask of You. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
That one's pretty cool.
Well, it's like one of my favorite songs, and I would say that, but again, I think that's more personal than universal.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if, there are that many people that think that song is like one of the best love songs ever, because I do. And I honestly think
What one?
All I Ask of You
Who sings
from
that?
Phantom of the Opera. Well,
Cliff Richard and Sarah Brightman.
Josh Groban does it best. Although
Leah
I
Salonga.
think I could probably sing with him better than Kelly Clarkson, don't you? I think I should
wanna
redo it with
Yes,
him.
excellent.
Yeah.
You
I
wanna
could totally
sing so
redo it.
badly with
I
Josh.
need to redo it with him, right?
Leah Salona and him actually did a live version that was
Yes,
beautiful.
that was
I'll admit
beautiful. They sang so well together. And she was in a wheelchair at the time.
that. Mm-hmm.
To get that breath support in a wheelchair while sitting down, she's such a good singer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, love songs, do they have to be sad or like do they have to be happy or can they be sad?
Just has to be epic.
Yeah, because Funny, Familiar, Forgotten Feelings is pretty epic.
Oh, that's so sad though.
By
That one's really
Tom
sad.
Jones.
that one.
Or My
yeah.
Eyes Adored You. That one's sad too, though.
Yeah, I feel like the love song shouldn't be sad if you're gonna get the aliens' attention.
This one's a soft one, but till the end of time is mine.
by
Earl Grant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No. Was that
Mhm.
the one?
That one?
Yeah.
At the end of
end
the
of
rainbow?
No,
Mhm.
at the end.
Oh.
End of a rainbow.
Yeah, that one is pretty epic.
But I don't think it's going to get any aliens' attention right off.
Okay, Till by Tom Jones. That one's pretty epic.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Listen, Tom Jones. I mean, all his arrangements and his singing, he's pretty
Mhm.
epic. So I get what you're saying there.
I
But
mean, I guess I would throw that at an alien, like something like that's in their face that would catch them right away, in case they get bored.
Yeah, Unchained Melody, I feel like, takes the cake. But another epic love song, and it's not like the same, like, kind of epic, but I'll have to say I Love You in a song is,
yeah, but that's definitely
Pretty.
not going to. It's personal
yeah.
Mhm.
and it's really moving, but it's not overwhelmingly epic.
How about 16 Tons?
What the heck?
I'm just going through my playlist.
Perfect.
Cheating.
Okay, next.
Okay, what's the next
Oh,
question?
you want another one? Okay. Okay. The last terrorist crumples to the floor after a solid roundhouse kick to the face. The flight attendant screams that the pilot just passed out. Time to land the plane. What song plays as you wrestle this metal bird down from 25,000 feet to safety?
Baby, I Love Your Way.
Yes, that's my yep.
Seriously?
Okay, but
Yeah.
that one's the fighting. This
True,
that
true,
just
true, true.
played.
I know one. Coming in on a
Yeah,
wing
right,
and
right,
a
right.
Yeah,
flare.
I think probably tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
What about
We
you?
gonna die
You're landing the plane.
for landing the plane.
Yeah.
So we're in the safe zone and we're landing the plane, correct? Is that
But
what
you
it
don't-
is?
25,000 feet in the air. You got to land this thing.
You don't know how to
Mhm.
land a plane, do you, Mom?
You don't know what I know. No, but
Oh,
I'm saying
wow.
is you don't know in that scenario you don't know if you're gonna live or die, right?
Right, because you're trying to land a plane without the knowledge of it, is what it's
Okay.
saying. You
Okay.
just defeated the bad guys and the pilot's knocked out.
You're Bond.
Oh,
basically.
she's got a good one.
I will survive.
Yes.
Gainer, yes.
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 That one. Oh, my word. Yeah, I think that.
You could always do the pilot who don't know anything.
Yeah, either that or you can fly, you can fly.
I don't know this song, but there's a song called "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly. I have no idea who that is, or
Well, that's a good thought right there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I believe R. Kelly is R&B.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a soulful song from 1996.
Spirit in the Sky might be okay.
I don't know about that.
That
like
might be a little
mean-
creepy.
Well, yeah, you might mean planes going down and you're going up,
Yeah.
which is
It's what they
An
played
okay
on the Dennis
alternative,
Quaid
but-
movie.
it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah,
by the
that's
way.
what brought me when.
What was that movie called?
It was
A
called
Wing
On a
of
Wing of Prayer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
With
that was a
Dennis
really good
Quaid.
movie.
yeah. Highly recommend watching.
I think
that.
it's free on
Amazon.
Amazon Prime too. So
It's a true story.
Okay, one more. Best song for a school canceled snow day of sledding.
A school canceled snow day of sledding.
This is really kind of random and nobody's going to know what I'm talking about except you guys. But the song that they play while they're having the sled race on Legend of the Candy King just popped in my head.
Mm.
I can't even
Yeah.
sing it for you.
no, it's an instrumental, isn't it?
No,
Well,
they
no,
have-
there is.
There's words.
Yeah. Well, you could probably look up the scene on YouTube.
Yeah.
It'd be the sleigh race from the Legend of the Candy King cartoon. I was
Yeah.
thinking like Snowflake, Jim Reeves, or Winter Wonderland, even.
Mm-hmm.
Or Marshmallow World.
Mm.
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
There were two that actually popped in my head, and the first one, it's like, okay, but I'm in school, so I think this is just my go-to winter song, and you know what it is.
Winter Romance.
By Dean Martin.
Mm-hmm.
But that's more about, like, taking a trip to go skiing, I realize that.
Yeah.
But I love that song. And then the other one would have to be Sleigh Ride.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, friends are calling
That's
you
kind of the
who-
same vibe as the Legend of the Candy Cane one.
Mhm.
It actually sounds a lot like it.
Mhm.
It does, yeah.
There's a Christmas
don't know.
party at the
Mm.
home of
No snow songs on this side over here. Shell doesn't have one either.
Yeah.
Mm. Shell doesn't have one.
No, I can't think of one either, really. I mean, the ones they said, of course, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas.
No,
No. Just wintry or even
it doesn't even have to do with winter.
no. It could
Mm-mm.
be a
So-
summer song. It's just
So
whatever.
I'm out of school.
Because it's a snow day
That's just it.
and you're going sledding.
Well, I'm going sledding. Well, this popped up on mine as California Dreamin'.
There you go. Yep.
That one is good.
I think that's great.
Depends on what age you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we definitely have a friend who he would say that was his song if it was a snow day.
I'm out of here.
Like, no, I would have to say Sleigh Ride. That song I've always, pictured like a picture by Career and Ives that like they say in it, but like people getting together, a community and going out sledding and sleigh riding. That's always been romantic to me.
Most wonderful time of the year also would work. I'm thinking like in a movie scene.
It would, although this
Yeah.
could not be Christmas too.
True.
Right, it could be after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Here it could be 5th of April.
Not lately.
What is the grocery cart with the squeaky wheels theme song?
Oh.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips by Tiny Tim.
Because of the tone of his voice.
Yeah.
The squeaky cart.
Mm-hmm.
Themes.
It's the squeaky wheel.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
How about Round and Round by Perry Como?
Not really.
It doesn't go round and round. That's the problem.
That's all the other three wheels.
No,
Okay,
it
I'm
just
gonna have
said
to
it
have
was
a little time
squeaky.
to think on
True.
this one.
You're
Oh,
cheating.
it's not the squeaky wheels theme though. It's the grocery carts theme.
Oh, it's the grocery carts
Yeah.
theme.
Help.
Need somebody.
Yeah.
I would have to say that's a good one.
Yeah. That one's good.
How about One Piece at a Time? Johnny Cash.
Blank.
Yeah, this one's really got me stumped. I like Shell's answer, Help by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one's great because the cart would definitely want help.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've Been Everywhere.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
because it's
Mm-hmm.
tired.
Something like, I'm almost trying to think of a breakup song. You know what I mean? Because it's like squeaky wheel. There's nothing more annoying after a while.
Mm-hmm.
What about Ricochet Romance?
Well, not really, 'cause that's talking about somebody that keeps leaving and coming back.
Not
The
just somebody that's just annoying.
The wheel is always there.
Yeah, just doesn't work properly.
No offense, I could think that was kind of a dumb one.
Oh, that card. Yeah, it kind of was. I am sure there is some classic country song that fits it perfectly
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I'm not thinking of.
Dang me.
There you go.
Look up Ray. You know, the squirrel in the church. Ray.
Ray Stevens?
Oh, Ray Stevens. I'm
Stevens.
sure that he has a song.
But doesn't he have a song called The Squeak?
Ray Stevens, the squeak.
Don't listen, Ethel.
Don't pick that one, Ethel.
Yeah, I don't know. Onward and upward.
Yeah. Okay, this one's going to be another tricky one.
Mhm.
Spain. You can hear the snorts and anxious stomping of hooves.
what?
Echo. Snorts. Not shorts.
I don't know what it sounded like you said.
You can hear the snorts and anxious stomping of hooves echo behind the wooden doors. At any moment, your first run with the bulls begin. What song plays as those doors swing open?
Oh boy. And the Quantum Leap theme.
Yeah.
What about Let's Get Down to Business?
I'll make a man,
I'll make a man out of you, you mean?
from Mulan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That
if
does
you're
make
running with the
sense.
bulls.
Mm-hmm.
That does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Matador by Sylvia.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard that one.
Yeah. Sylvia, you know what sings Nobody? She has a song called The Matador.
What am I doing hanging around?
I should be on that train and gone.
Mm-hmm. Danger Zone.
That's a good one.
Is that Kenny Loggins?
Yep.
Yes. Actually, I think we're coming up with pretty good ones for this one.
Yeah. But it's another hard one.
It is.
Maybe like a better card.
Is there like a lighter hearted card?
You just put one back.
This one. Okay. The song that plays during the montage of your child's life at their high school graduation party.
Oh.
Well, I
Song.
know. Yeah. The one that we've all had.
Mm-hmm.
Turn Around by
Yeah.
Kenny Loggins.
Yep.
That's a good
So
one.
it's basically what you've used on the slideshows showing our life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Turn Around is one of the best. It
Mhm.
makes us cry every time.
Yep.
So we haven't got Shelley's yet, but what's a different song that we each had?
Well, with me, let me think. My Girl. I know you used My Girl. And what other ones did I have in mind?
Man, it's been a long time since I watched your slideshow.
I know that's sad. I'm saying that. Sound old.
Very long time.
Yours, I know we had When You Wish Upon a Star
Mm-hmm. And Hold My Hand, Hold My Heart.
from That
from
Thing You Do.
That Thing You Do.
And
There's another
Elsie.
one.
And then I had I Hope You Dance,
Mm-hmm.
A Summer Place,
Oh, yeah.
My Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I know
There's
another
Putting on
one.
the Ritz.
Yep,
Mm,
Putting on
yeah.
the Ritz.
Thought
Mine
there
we
was a
only have to
girl
think
group
back a
one.
year.
I'm
So.
not even going to think of shows, though, because we can't give those away. Hers is going to be
Uh-uh.
coming up.
Yeah, I get to work with Linda on that one. Hee hee.
What song would you have picked if you did your own? Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, if I was putting together a montage of your life at your graduation,
Uh-oh.
I would probably put for your childhood pictures, Linda, The Last Date, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Because you have a memory with your dad
Right.
dancing. to
Not
that
because of the
song.
context of the song, but
No.
Even the instrumental version.
yeah,
Right.
Floyd Kramer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every time that song had come on the radio, he'd have me dance with me. I was so little that I would stand on his feet and he would dance, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really sweet.
Mhm.
Well, for Mandy.
Xena Warrior Princess theme because everyone thought she looked like her.
I think actually, well, Susie Q.
Yeah. Or
Used to call her Susie
part of
Q.
your world that kind of gives
Oh,
that
yeah.
vibe. Yeah,
Mhm.
'cause
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think those are good.
End of the road. This one's another tense one.
Wow.
We
it's
can
like
skip
we're
it if
going
you
a
want.
mile a minute.
The pack of kids behind you is getting closer. You have two options. Take a beating and give up your new BMX bicycle or gamble with legendary status and your life riding down Dead Man's Gulch. What song plays as your front tires roll over the edge?
That's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like an 80s kids movie.
The final
Yeah, it
countdown.
sounds like an 80.
Karate Kid.
Final Countdown, yeah.
Yeah, that one probably.
Final
that's what
Countdown.
popped in my head.
Or Eye of the Tiger could fit with that one too.
You know, the other thing
Yeah.
that popped in my head until you said the bike was going over the cliff, which is
Mhm.
like, okay, this is getting way dramatic. Yeah. No, when you said the kids are behind him, one of Shell's favorites right now did pop in my head. Beat it. Just beat it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's Friday. You just found $100 bill.
We're in the money.
We're in the
Yeah.
money.
Mm-hmm, that's what I
Come
thought
on,
too.
my honey.
I got lucky.
I got lucky, yeah, by Elvis. That's a good one. Let blend it, spend it, send it, roll.
Okay, now this one has a condition with it.
Oh boy.
You cannot pick the song that's gonna pop in everybody's head when I ask the question.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we can address the elephant in the room, right?
It doesn't even need addressed. Everyone's gonna know what we're talking about.
Okay.
What song plays while you stand on the bow of the Titanic with your new love?
Why did they even put that in there?
Well, it's a matter of opinion. Maybe you don't want Our Hearts Will Go On.
We'll go on. What would I play?
Constantly by Cliff.
Oh, maybe. I guess if you don't know that you're going
Right.
down, yeah. Yeah, but I think there's even a bit. I think I like My Foolish Heart better than Constantly.
Yeah, that would probably be.
That would
Good.
probably be it, because if I fall in love with somebody on it, I'm probably thinking, is this really?
This was before he knew the ship was going down, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Row, row, row your boat.
Yeah.
see.
So they're just big in love, right? At this
Mhm.
point.
Right.
It's basically
With the
just
wind.
love on a cruise ship.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting and new.
There you go. That's the song.
Yeah, love boat.
Yeah, I would have that. That one's kind of hard because there's an obvious that they already put in your head because they put one in the movie.
Yeah.
But see, Constantly you're far away from the person though. in that
True.
song.
True.
So it's weird when you ask the question. Every song you've ever known goes right out of your head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know one though that I do really love is "Pledging My Love" by Roy Hamilton.
Yeah,
Not-
that
not-
one's good.
Is it? No, it's "Time After Time." That's the one I was thinking of. He does "Pledging My Love" really well too, but "Time After Time's pretty romantic.
If I Never Knew You would be very good there.
And you have to explain where that song even comes from.
It's from Pocahontas, but was not stuck in the film. And it was stuck in the film. It's the credits song, but the Mel Gibson version wasn't, and that was a crime.
It was supposed to actually be in the movie.
Yeah, and Mel Gibson recorded it with Judy Kuhn. And
Yeah, it's really good. It's on YouTube though.
yeah, it's amazing. It's on Spotify too. Best Monday morning work song.
9 to 5.
9 to
9 to
5.
5.
Mhm.
There's
Hands
no
down.
question about that.
Dolly absolutely aced that. I mean,
No, what's that other one?
Morning Train.
Well, the morning train. No, the one about the kid that used to work at
Taking care of business.
taking care of business. Yeah.
Taking care of
Yeah.
business, yeah, that's a good one.
BTO, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, taking care of business is good. 9 to 5 is good. Trying to think of other work songs.
Mm.
And
Is
Morning Train by Sheena Easton.
Isn't
actually
there
is
one by
pretty good.
Ronnie Millsap?
How about 16 tons
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
by Tennessee Union Ford?
Yeah.
One of the best.
I think you're thinking of that's talk about him working all day to get off work to see his
okay.
Yeah, which that's a good work song, but I can't remember what that's called. Yeah, I can't remember what that one's called.
What about Yakety Yak?
Don't talk back.
It's a good working song to tell him to take out the garbage and stuff.
Take out the garbage in the trash.
Okay.
Or you won't get no spending cash. Best relationship makeup song.
Best makeup song.
So I would say that could be either to makeup or a song about a makeup.
Not a breakup.
No.
'Cause I thought
So-
Neil Sedaka.
Mm-hmm.
Putting myself in that position, if the person sang it to me, I would take him back.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of my life.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's
By
not
Michael
really.
Jackson.
That's not really talking about a makeup, but you're saying you would make up if he sang it just like that.
Yeah,
He said,
definitely.
"You're out of my life."
Okay. If you go off that,
Like what they'd have to sing for you to take them back.
I almost have to say Paul McCartney singing Yesterday.
What
is
about
one of them.
Yeah.
Tom Jones? Fall in
Never
Love.
fall in
Never
love
Fall
again. Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty.
But if it's actually talking about
Powerful.
making up, I mean, a good makeup song, I don't feel like it like really moves me or whatever. But I've always thought that "Back in Baby's Arms" is a
Mhm,
good like
mhm.
reunited
Patsy
by Patsy Cline.
What about I
Mhm.
Cross My Heart?
That actually, it's used as a makeup song in the movie
True.
And
by
Fear
George
Country.
Strait.
Let's hang on.
Let's
Yeah,
hang out
that one's good
to
too.
what we
Frankie
got.
Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is a good one. Well, there's always "Reunited" and "It Feels So Good" by Peaches and Herb.
What is that one? That one obscure one that you found, Elsie?
By Johnny Restivo?
No. Gary and Dave or something.
Oh, but could you ever love me again?
Yeah, it's Gary and Dave, isn't
yeah,
it?
Gary and Dave. I love that song. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
That one is good because it's kind of talking about that.
It's like a
if-
precursor to It's basically saying I might make mistakes.
right
Mhm.
before you even like just starting a relationship.
Yeah.
Open arms.
Yes, I love that song.
I'm not crazy about it just because I'm not big on the gruffness of his voice, but it is a cool song.
It
Elsie
is-
loves that song.
Yeah, it is like
Mhm.
one of the most beautiful songs ever.
I'm kind of scrolling here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
cheating a little bit, but
Who sings that?
That's
uh,
okay. I'm trying
Journey.
It's Journey, Steve Perry.
I don't know these people. I probably shouldn't say that, but I don't. Here's one.
Huh.
I don't know what this song's like, so I don't. My Stupid Mouth by John Mayer.
Oh my word. Well, the title,
That's what I'm saying, you
Yeah.
know, that would be
the
good.
title would make me make up with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another one.
Or
If
Please Forgive Me by Brian Adams.
I didn't take back Michael, a good makeup one is "One More Chance" by Randy Jackson.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I don't know if I'd take him back as readily with that one though.
Probably not.
What about
But it's more of a
bless you.
makeup song than "He's Out of My Life."
what about Best of Me?
The Best of Me is not a makeup song. I love The Best of Me, but The Best of Me is talking about somebody who has been in the wrong relationships and they finally find the one.
But what if that wrong relationship was how they messed up?
Well, then you're really getting a story to it. I guess that could be, but
Please Don't Fall in Love could also be, because it could be that he messed up.
yeah,
And they're not really on the outs, but they're kind of on the
I
outs.
knew this
you
might
know?
happen while I was away, but now that it's happened, I've just got to say, I'm begging you, baby, please don't fall in love.
He's
I
saying,
guess
I'm getting my act together.
I guess that could be Please Don't Fall in Love by Cliff Richard. I guess that could be counted as a makeup song. I guess the music videos in my head where, you know, they don't end up making up, but yeah, I don't know. I think the ones that were mentioned were good, definitely.
Mine are probably those
Wouldn't Have Missed
two.
It for the World is kind of a breakup song, but it could be.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
You win. I'm in love with you. That one's good. Yeah, I felt like we came up with some good ones for that.
Okay, this one has kind of an obvious one to it too. But what song would you?
Oh,
This isn't technically a makeup song, but the one came to me, Tie a Yellow Ribbon.
I
It
think
kind of
it
is.
is.
Yeah, it is.
In
Yeah,
a way, it
Yeah.
really
because he's
is.
come back from prison.
And he
Mhm.
doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
She'll take him back.
Yeah.
Well, and I think right back where we started from
We gotta
is a
get
good one
right
by
back
Maxine
to where
Nightingale.
we started from.
Yeah.
That one's really good. Getting back together.
And then again, My Eyes Adored You could be if, they meet up later. If he's like kind of.
But they didn't technically break up.
Right.
No, they just took different paths.
I think that one's grasping a little bit.
What song would you have played defending the Alamo?
In the southern border.
The
Ballad of the Alamo. Defending the Alamo? Yeah, that's almost like too, like, how can you play anything but the, well, I guess the Ballad of the Alamo is talking about what happened.
May I ask what you're gonna play it on?
A guitar?
That you wouldn't be fighting the Alamo then. If you're off playing the guitar, you're not fighting in the Alamo.
You're the narrator.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're
Mhm.
there narrating.
You're
it.
like Roger Miller in Robin Hood.
Yeah. That's kind of hard. You know why that's hard? Because I think about it and I think this is a real situation and these men really were there and knew they were giving up their life for this. But oftentimes the songs in those situations are not the songs you would think of that fit the situation, because it popped in
Right.
my head when we studied about Custer's Last Stand. And the songs that meant a lot to them, they had special meanings, but it's not something like, oh, this is what they were marching to. They were playing Gary Owen because that was their song. So I feel like when you go to something historical and you try to put a song to it, what if the Alamo would have been? It's like, I don't know. In a way, okay, this just popped in my head. In a way, I feel like some of the words from The Impossible Dream.
I could see
because-
that. All,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they were giving up their lives for something they knew in the moment seems like a lost cause, but we can see the benefit of now.
What about Exodus?
Well, that one's written for Israel. I
But
get
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
this land is mine. Yeah, I guess I could see that. The
Mhm.
claiming of, yeah, standing your ground, I guess.
Okay. These cards are very TNG, by the way.
Before we go to the next card, I think we should stop and do our promotion like we always do. So if you haven't yet, please go to www.sisterlove.org. Love is LUV. And check out our website, see our upcoming events. And if you'd like to see us somewhere near you, please fill out the form and let us know where you would like to see us.
Don't forget that we have lots of shows coming up. Check out where we're going to be on our New Beginnings tour. And if you belong to a church that we are not booked at, we did have the deadline for booking to start in May. We still have some availability this summer, and we would be happy to have your church get in touch with us to be on the schedule. And do check out our new website shop, right? We have some new products on there.
Yep, we do have some different shirts, and I think there's even some like tumblers on there with our logo, coffee cups, things like that. So we'll be adding more too, but there's some great shopping on there, and to show your love for Sister Love.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. You're sailing around the world. An epic storm approaches. What song plays as you wrestle the wind and the waves to stay afloat? I'm gonna say right off, Sail On.
That is a good one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's good. That's by the Imperials. That's
Yeah,
actually a gospel
That's
one
a
by the
Christian
Imperials.
song, yeah.
I was gonna be a little more frivolous and say the theme for Davy Jones or something like that.
Pirates of the Caribbean theme.
He's a pirate. Yeah.
It's a storm
An epic storm approaches.
at sea.
Yeah, I can literally see the last scene of At the World's End.
Yeah.
Or close to the last scene, not technically last scene. Last battle.
Yeah. That's another one that it really doesn't have context, but for some reason the last farewell popped in my head, probably because it's talking about ships and, waves.
Stormy weather.
There you go.
I think it's a little more than that.
What's some Navy songs or
Well, that's what I was thinking, sea shanties.
yeah?
Mhm.
Like, You know, the Wellerman.
Soon may the Wellerman come and
Yep.
bring the sugar and tea and rum. Oh, yeah.
That brings me back to that great memory. That was so much fun when we were in Nassau and Pirate Night on the cruise. You know, we were just
Yeah.
talking about that earlier. How we actually went into, if you ever do take a cruise to the Bahamas and you're in Nassau, right? Am I saying it correctly? You should see the Pirates of Nassau Museum.
Oh, it's
Nassau?
so cool.
Nassau. Yeah.
Nassau?
Yeah.
It was a very cool experience, but yeah, we met up with some of the fellow passengers from the cruise, and they have this part of the museum that is built literally like the inside, the bottom of
Yeah,
a
it's so
pirate
cool.
ship,
Yeah, that is cool.
and got to sing that. Was it Drunken Sailor we did there?
It
or
was
was
Drunken
Wellerman?
Sailor and Wellerman. We remember we mixed them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
it
cool
was-
experience.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
That night was Pirate Night on the ship, too, and we went around in our pirate gear singing that to people. That was cool.
It was also kind of rocky.
Uh-huh.
There was a
It
hurricane
rocky that
kind of
night.
close by, so
Yeah, we had to change our course. Yeah, because Bimini Port wasn't there.
Mm-mm.
That was
no,
before.
but that was before.
Oh, yeah.
But there were several hurricanes like miles off. Like
Yeah.
they had to go kind of out of the way of it, but it was still rocky. I felt like I was walking the ship like Jack Sparrow. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like we all were that night.
It's the only night that I ate very slowly at dinner.
But I still had the frog legs no matter what.
I can't believe that you did, but
They were very good. This one is dedicated to Xena.
uh-oh.
Peering through a rainy window song.
I'm looking out the window. I'm staring at the door.
I mean, there's, lots of
There's
Brian
actually a
songs.
lot of them, yeah. To that one, I'm looking out the window by Cliff Richard did pop in my head. There's another one. Read it again.
Peering through a rainy window song.
As much as I don't really like this song, I feel like Rainy Days and Mondays.
Mm.
I was just gonna say that one.
Oh, yeah, it pops in your head when you think about looking out a window at the rain.
Mine was the one that popped in my head was Rhythm of the Falling Rain.
Mm.
By the Cascades.
Yeah. And for some reason, just my imagination.
Because it says you passed by my window.
But I know it's rainy, but I don't know. That one just popped in my head.
Yeah, I could see that.
Our background music, Shelley.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of songs about rain. Like Laughter in the Rain.
But if you're looking out the window, then I don't think you're going to be.
Nobody say Purple Rain.
You know, some people like that song.
Mm-hmm.
So, to everybody their own.
I wish it would rain. Was that by the Temptations?
Oh, I've heard that one before. I don't know that one very well. But it's come up on some Motown lists that I've listened to.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that one.
So I don't know what really the context is of it.
Raindrops keep falling in my eyes. What's that song?
Oh,
Not
wait.
in my eyes. That one's actually talking about crying.
Mm-hmm.
It's by D.
Oh.
Clark. I like that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get where it would pop in your head, but
Yeah, well, it could even be that.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting take on the question.
The fact that the person's crying and they're
Yeah.
actually looking through tears. It's not really
Yeah.
raining outside. It's raining in their eyes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind
Yes.
of neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
I kind of like
or
that.
it'd be a cool like music video thing if it was raining, and they were looking out the window at the end of the video. They're actually crying.
And you see that it's their eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a song that popped in my head when you were talking about that, about crying instead of it being the rain, isn't it Farron Young that sings Hello Walls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
that part when he says hello window, when he says, is that a teardrop?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't try to tell me that it's rain
Yeah.
Yeah.
in your pain.
Johnny
Yep.
Tillotson actually did that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard
I
it.
absolutely actually love the way that that's written, the words to that.
Yeah. It is
You
really
might have to
cool.
vet me. Didn't Willie Nelson write that?
I think you did.
I think
think
he
he
Oh,
actually did.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
And I have to
actually
admit, the poetry of it
Mm-hmm.
is really cool.
it's very similar to Hello Darlin' actually.
The tune?
Tune and even some of the lyrics. Some of the lines are similar.
I feel like it's a totally different approach than Hello
It
Darling.
is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen The Rain? Is good.
Have you ever
by Credence. Yeah.
That song always reminds me of the last episode of Stargate.
Stargate SG-1.
That's what they played when they were stuck out in the
They
spaceship.
did,
Yeah.
didn't they? I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that.
Another song that I think is really cool because you're looking out. What did it say again about the rain?
Hearing Through a Rainy Window song. That just reminded me of that Glenn Campbell album you just got.
Yeah, where it has like rain over it, like he's behind a window.
Do you know what it's called?
I forget what the album's called, but it has one of my favorite arrangements by Glenn Campbell on it. But a song I really like right now too. It's technically a gospel or a Christian song, but it's called Summer Rain, and it kind of makes me think of that too.
Who'll stop the rain?
That's Credence.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Credence has a lot to say about the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
Well, and you always assume that it's, sad, but I mean, it could even be a Love a Rainy Night by Eddie Rabbit.
True.
You know,
I like that one.
you don't
yeah.
necessarily have to have it sad.
Or April Showers from Bambi.
Drip, drip, drop, little April showers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of songs about rain, singing in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Getting caught in the rain.
That's a line from a song.
Let's see
Yeah.
if anybody knows what song that's from. I'm sure everybody does.
Repeat it, else.
Getting caught in the rain.
And getting caught in the rain.
And getting caught in the rain.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. One more. Do we have time for another one?
Absolutely.
Okay. The theme song to the sitcom based on your life.
Oh, boy.
Oh my word.
The Addams Family.
They're ooky. They're kooky. Their house is a museum.
So does it have to be a theme song, or could it be any song that's just our theme song?
Yeah, it's just the theme song to the sitcom.
Read it again. I think
The
it's
theme song to the sitcom based on your life. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a theme song. I mean, there's We're Very, Very Busy by, what's his name?
John Lithgow, is that?
no,
No,
John
it's
Lithgow.
the-
That's
It's
Calvin
the guy
Klein.
who played.
not
Isn't it?
Calvin Klein.
No,
Kevin
Kevin
Klein.
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 There you
Calvin
go.
Klein. I'm like, he's
Calvin
singing.
Klein's Marty McFly.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
Calvin
Calvin
Klein.
Klein.
Like, that's not right. It's the guy who played Maurice in the new Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Theme song to the sitcom of our life. Boy, that's hard.
Well, one
On
that
the road again?
That's a
there
good
you go.
one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
One that Zena's always said would make a great theme song, and I think it would probably fit for our show, would be Every Day with You, Girl.
Yeah, 'cause we're 6 gals, and I
Yeah.
do think it's sweeter than the day before, and I feel like that. Spending every day
Yeah,
with you
I
guys
think
is
so.
sweeter than the day before.
Aw.
I also think that we're gonna make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I mean, it already is taken, but honestly,
Mhm.
Laverne and Shirley, yes.
The Laverne and Shirley theme, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Read us any rule, we'll break it.
Spoken like a true middle child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
As far as my favorite theme song, just instrumental, I'd have to say Taxi is my favorite.
Taxi is an amazing
For
theme
instrumental?
Instrumental theme song, yeah.
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 Song. Although you have Hawaii
Rabbit
Five-O
Trail
again.
there. Yeah, what's the best theme songs? Or
Oh,
your
I love
personal
Who's the
favorite?
Boss too.
Who's the Boss is amazing.
There's
is
more to life than
just so
what you're
cozy.
given.
Yeah, that one's hard because I like the Love Boat theme,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and I like but okay, I'm going to make a blanket statement 'cause I always do with my opinion.
You love
But-
blankets.
But I think the greatest theme song of any TV show and TV show history would have to be Mission Impossible.
That is good.
Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, Hawaii.
That, in my opinion, would be second. But
Here's
I
my
think-
opinion on the Hawaii Five-O theme song. Epic song. Doesn't quite match the show.
well, it does. It matches Hawaii.
It matches Hawaii. It
And
does not
surfing.
match the energy of the show.
Yeah, Dell J. Lee, you haven't watched a lot of it either. You are kind of speaking after watching only a few episodes.
No, but I feel like even from episode 1, Mission Impossible matches
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
the feel of the show.
Yeah, it does build up that anticipation,
And
it
even
matches it.
The Man from Uncle
Yeah,
does.
it was a good one, but it wasn't the same as it's that beginning when he lights the match, the way
Mhm.
they
It
have
matches
it arranged.
no pun intended. It matches up great.
Yeah, it honestly does.
Barney makes the theme song.
Now we don't know that that's actually his hand.
He could have got a hand actor, I guess.
Yes.
Barney's the best.
Yeah, that's one of the most epic TV show theme songs, I'd have to say. But honestly, yeah, actually the Addams Family's pretty fun too.
Mm-hmm. Well, any of like the quirky shows, like Gilligan's Island, is great too, and they just fit the show so well. F Troop,
Even
Mhm.
It's About Time.
Flintstones.
Flintstones,
Jetsons.
the quirky shows
Because
had great theme songs.
people know how to sing them. You know what I mean? They stuck in your head. They have fun words.
Mr. Ed.
And they
Happy
t-
Days.
Yep.
Yeah, but the ones like Gilligan's Island, that if you think about it, it was kind of genius the way they wrote it, because you could be coming in the middle of the show having not watched the pilot episode, and it tells you what happened.
Yeah.
So it gives you the setup.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to have been watching it from the beginning,
yeah,
Right, I
which
think
not
that's
all
great.
shows do that.
Mm-mm.
That girl's also very good.
I love that girl. That girl and Mary Tyler Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're my favorite.
Kind of probably an unpopular opinion, but I love Charles and Kirk theme.
Yeah, I do too.
I do like it too.
It gets stuck in your head.
I actually
That's the problem
yeah.
with that one.
I actually like that a cappella group that I don't know who it was.
The
Oh.
Blanks.
The Blanks. It was a group of guys
Yeah.
did it. I like the way they did it a lot better than the person that did it for the show.
Yeah. Mystery one. Murder She Wrote is
Mm-hmm.
it matches
It
the
fits so well.
Yeah, it matches the feel of the show because it's such a lighthearted murder show. I mean, it's just for a mystery show. Yeah. Diagnosis Murder is really good too, though.
It does fit the theme.
Yeah, both fit the main characters of each, I feel like.
yeah.
How about Columbo's?
Columbo.
Columbo doesn't have a
Doesn't
theme
have a
song.
Columbo
No,
doesn't
it
have a theme
doesn't.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like Columbo.
I mean, it probably does somewhere along the line, but you never hear it.
Not really.
No,
it's just
it
him
doesn't. They
talking.
play something different every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just background music.
Even
I-
for the ending credits.
I know.
do.
I think that's so different.
I mean,
But it is very
we haven't
Columbo.
even mentioned, and Andy Griffith, of course. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot
What
of
gives you the coziest vibes?
Linda.
Linda?
TV show theme?
Coziest
Well, yeah,
vibes.
like just makes you feel cozy. Because there are theme songs that do that.
Well, of course, Andy Griffith or Family Affair.
I
yeah.
forgot about that
Oh,
one.
Yes.
Um, hmm. That's about it. I'm trying.
Oh,
to
we haven't even brought up the Western shows.
Oh yeah, they have good theme songs too.
The Virginian. I haven't watched that much of it, but I get the coziest feeling because when me and Shelly were going to bed when we were little, we would hear it from downstairs. So it makes me feel really cozy.
Yeah, that's got a great theme song.
Kind of the same thing with the Waltons.
This is kind of I don't know, maybe crossover Western, but Little House on the Prairie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one's
That kind of makes me feel cozy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For Jaylee and I, it's Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. No, we loved that show.
Or the
when we were-
Time Tunnel.
For Shelly, it's Donna Reed.
Shelley loved Donna Reed. since
Yes,
was
she
just a
did.
baby.
She'd
18
wake up at
months.
3 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
come downstairs and watch Donna Reed.
that's right.
I've
Yeah,
always
so-
loved sitcoms.
Yep.
So tell us some of your favorite TV shows. Did we mention any? Did we miss any? Are there any that we should give a try?
Yeah. So, let's see if we have another question. Okay, this one has come up twice, so what about a surfing trip to Mexico song?
Surfing trip to Mexico?
That's very specific.
Yeah, I know. Surfing USA?
That's a great word. Let's go with
I'm gonna
that
say Seashores of Old Mexico. That's the only
one.
thing
That
that
does
pops
not
in my
fit
head.
with surfing.
I
There's
would
nothing about
say
that fits with surfing.
Mexico by Elvis from that. I can't even think what that movie is. More so.
Fun in Acapulco.
Fun in Acapulco, yeah.
Yeah.
Mexico. Oh,
Yeah.
that one gives me more surfing vibe than.
I just said I
Seashores of
know
Old
that
Mexico.
Seashores of Old Mexico really has nothing to do with surfing, but it's talking about the seashores, and it's in Mexico, and that's where you go surfing is on seashores.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the shores, the sea.
Maybe
My
where
brain's
you
getting
go.
s-
Maybe that's where you
That's
go
where I
surfing.
go is on the shore, and that's where I stay.
Just practice and pretend, right?
Uh-huh. A Million Miles and Counting. What song do you play as you're pulling your big 18-wheeler onto the interstate for one last leg across the U.S.?
6 Days on the Road by Lefty Frizzell.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're gonna say, else.
Roll On by Alabama.
That one's good too, but for
Yeah.
me, it'll always be 6 Days on the Road.
Yeah, I do love
Yeah,
that
I like that one.
but Roll On and 6 Days are my favorite.
I'm not a big fan of trucker songs, but those two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, I'm not big, but I remember the first time you played 6 Days on the Road for us. That has a lot of traveling memories, even for me, because that was on a CD we listened to a lot.
Yeah.
There was
I
that
don't remember the
one.
first time hearing
What
it.
was that one called?
Oh.
Reverend Jim one.
Yes.
The
Yes.
one where the guy said he could haul anything anywhere, and
that
then
one's awful.
they well, he comes back.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
They
It's a
have
weird
him
one.
haul
To Hawaii.
to Hawaii.
Yeah, and he just drives on
He just
through.
yeah,
that
that
kind
kind
of
Right
yeah.
through the ocean.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy something. I can't remember what
I
it's
can't
called.
remember.
Crazy Coffee something or
Yeah.
Was it Crazy Jim?
I think
I think it was.
Because it reminded
Yeah.
us of Reverend Jim from Taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would do that
Uh-huh.
and come back.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Jim, where have you been?
I had to go to Hawaii. That's kind of a wet trip.
Should have kept my windows rolled up.
Oh, we love Taxi. You can't beat Reverend Jim.
Christopher Lloyd is such a good actor.
Amazing. You've been deployed for 2 years on the front lines. Back home, walking toward your front door, what song plays?
I know there's got to be a really good song for this, so my brain's starting to get fried here.
Depending on who you are, I'm seeing it from another view, but it could be Daddy's Home.
I had that. Yeah.
Jermaine Jackson.
Cliff Richard.
Yeah.
This is the ongoing debate.
One of the big debates.
Jermaine had better backup singers.
Yeah, I could see that one.
Yeah.
Daddy's Home would be a really sweet one for,
Yeah.
military. I have to agree with that one. The other one that for some reason, and I guess it's the same kind of thought, popped in my head, which I didn't expect, was Hold Me by Mel Carter.
I
You
can
know,
see that. That's really
Like
sweet.
Yeah.
the soldier is
Yeah.
running home to... Yeah. No, I'd have to say that Daddy's Home kind of nails it. I think it's a good one.
Your boss calls you into a meeting. Though you have no clue what it's about, you know it's going to be major. What plays in the background as you walk down the hall and turn the door handle? Dun 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 dun.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Yeah.
Because they're saying it's something major. Does that mean a promotion or does that mean you're fired?
There's a song
No.
called Anticipation, or
I had the same thought.
Anticipation?
That sounds familiar.
is it just a lyric?
Could be. I mean, this would be another one good one for the final countdown. Yeah. Or mentally preparing yourself. Ain't nothing gonna break
How
my
about
stride.
we didn't start the fire?
Anticipation. Let's see if this is a song. By Carly Simon.
There you go.
Yeah. Anticipation. That would be it. Going down the hall to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, that was.
I know what I would sing. Big Girls Don't Cry.
You're climbing Mount McKinley. 20,237 feet to summit. You reach 19,000 feet and are physically exhausted. You decide it's too risky to go further. Your two buddies continue on and reach the summit. What song puts this moment into perspective for you?
Climb Every Mountain?
I don't really know the lyrics, but I have a feeling almost there from Princess and the Frog.
Yes, because you've been left behind.
Yeah, because...
But
yeah,
do you
although
d-
almost there's more hopeful than that.
You can decide to still go on, right?
It says
No, it says you
it's
wait.
too risky. You decide it's too risky to go further.
Game over.
Shut. That just got dark. You almost make it. You're exhausted, though. Still 500 miles
Yeah.
away from home. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
away
you have to
from the
make it
top.
back down, too.
Yeah.
You can't just stay there.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah.
Is that a song, Shelley?
Grab your sled. I wanna go home.
That would probably be it.
Yeah, Detroit City.
Just that part of it. I want to go home.
Or Cry by Crystal Gale. Cry.
Let your hair down and go on and cry.
Only the lonely.
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
If you could sing karaoke to one song with complete tone and perfection, what song would that be?
I hope I sing every song all the time with complete tone and perfection. I mean, that's the goal. So maybe rephrase it to like any
Yeah.
song that you could perform
Yeah, it doesn't
that,
have to be karaoke.
that you really
yeah.
want to master.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that, a song that you really want to master. I know there's a few that I've been working on.
Yeah. That's hard because there's so many. As
Prob-
a group or as a solo artist?
I would be thinking just like, of course you could do it with the group, but like it'd be like you're soloing basically.
Because there's been some in plays that I had to really work hard for and that I've wanted to still master. I'm trying to... There was one from a play, though, that I was like, yes, I want to do that one. Well, but I kind of already did that one.
Is it Heaven Help My Heart?
That would be a really cool one from Chess.
Heaven help my heart.
All the ones from Chess. I mean, I know when we worked and we got... what's
I
the
Know
other
Him
one?
So Well.
I Know Him So Well. That one's a really cool one, and that took a lot of work at that. Another one that's kind of more on the challenging.
Well, I know for me, I really want to master To Sir With Love.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
There's actually some group ones that are harder than you think.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that's what's actually harder.
Like
is the
this
ones with-
boy, or it would be this girl.
The
Beatles.
dynamic of that one is difficult because you have the group and then you have to go into where John solos
Mm-hmm.
and have the right feeling to it because it's so different from the group feel.
Mm-hmm. And John's voice, I'm not saying made it easier, but it was because his voice was so much in contrast. Because he had that gravel.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Well, I'll tell you one we already mentioned that it's not as easy as it sounds is Morning Train by Sheena Easton.
Yes.
I'm still working on that one, and it's just because her range is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact of how high she gets and then how low.
Yep.
So that's definitely one that I'm working to master.
Well, two that I'm working on for technique is To Where You Are by Josh Groban.
Oh, yeah, that
Because that one, it's a really cool song, but it's hard to hit some of those notes right on because they're so minor and weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then Just Once by
By
James
James
Ingram.
Ingram.
We have that. I'm working on it. But I was listening to more about it, and Quincy Jones, who produced it, was saying that it does have one of the hardest key changes. Because it doesn't really sound like a key change, but it is. And it ends up ending in that key, which usually happens with a key change, but it's like, I can't remember what key he said it was. But it was weird, the way usually it doesn't resolve in that key.
Yeah, now we haven't even tried to work on this song yet, but we recently discovered it. I feel like the key change in One Day in Your Life by Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
It is like, it really doesn't match the background music, but it's such a cool note.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one I'd really like us to work out in a group.
Was that one
setting.
produced by Quincy too?
No, that was with the Jackson 5.
Oh, okay.
One that's
Well,
tricky.
it might have been the Jacksons at that point. I
And
don't
we
know.
actually just mentioned it, but I Want to Go Home keeps key changing down.
Yeah, actually,
That's down key changes are really tricky.
Bobby Bear does that quite
Mhm.
a bit, which we figured out for, what's the one that we've been performing?
I Gotta Travel On.
I Gotta
Travel
Travel On. You know, you're constantly going back and forth, and he key changes down.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Yeah.
does that also, in 500 Miles.
Yeah. They also use a key change down in Davy Jones' theme from Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from major to minor.
And I think that one of the trickiest songs actually is a lot of times when you transpose a song that was by a male singer for a female, you have to adjust because of the key in that. And Careless Whisper, that
Mhm.
one has been an
Mhm.
undertaking, but I feel like we've really worked with that, and it's
Made
turned out
it our
cool
own.
for performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one that's a lot harder than it sounds is "Walk Like an Egyptian" by the Bangles.
That's just 'cause how fast
Yeah,
it is.
that's just
Yeah,
like,
it's getting the words
trying to
in,
get
mostly.
the words. Yeah.
Yeah.
in the verses.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more, and then I think we will have to wrap it up, ladies.
Okay. Best song for a 4th of July barbecue. One just popped in my head. What is that one? It's Tim McGraw.
Oh no!
You know the song.
Oh no!
Please
Barbecue stain on the white T-shirt.
Cringe.
What's it? Is it Some Girls
What's
Do?
the title?
No,
No,
it's not.
that is Sawyer
It's-
Brown.
A Heart Don't Forget.
A summer like that.
Or
No,
some-
something like that. No.
Something
Isn't it? Isn't it
No.
a summer like that?
No, it's
No.
not a summer like that.
It's A Heart Don't Forget, something like that.
Something like that.
It's
Oh.
called something,
Something
like
like
that.
that. Yep.
I could see why you think that's a
Well, that's because it
4th
just
of
says
July.
barbecue on it.
I was thinking back in the
I was
USA,
thinking that
Linda
one. Yeah.
Ronstadt or
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Berry.
Although that gives me more of a watermelon vibe than barbecue.
Really?
You're talking to a foodie here, yes.
Well, that's what came to my mind is the Watermelon Crawl by Tracy Bird. Is it Tracy Bird?
I could
that
see
did
that.
I think so.
Yeah, Tracy Bird.
What about God Bless the USA?
That
Something
too.
like
Mhm.
patriotic.
I-
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I feel like that has almost become an unspoken national anthem. You better not be slopping barbecue while you listen to God Bless the USA.
Well, maybe not. I don't. I think that it though sets kind of the tone. Either that or like
I think that wraps up the party more.
the standards, like your Grand Old Flag. What do you
Yeah.
think, Linda? You have any patriotic songs that you think be?
Just the standards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying. I was over here trying to think of a picnic song or something of that nature, or celebrate. At a barbecue that you don't sing "Born Free." So
Although that's a really great song for patriotism.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What's the one that? It's not "God Bless America" that we had to sing on the cruise. That was an ultimate. You got to sing this song.
The God Bless the USA?
Mm-hmm.
No.
The Green Beret?
America the Beautiful?
Yeah. that
Oh,
was it.
America,
America
the
the
Beautiful. Yeah, that's a really good
Mhm.
one.
Yeah. That was requested by
Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I'm really glad that we did it because
Yep.
that was just so cool. We did that at the sail away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were up there on the stage performing, and they had the flyover, and it's like, yeah, it really makes you feel proud to be an American.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is kind of off subject, but does each holiday have a different smell to you, or is it just me? Like when you know how memories have smells. It's
Mhm.
kind of weird.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Why 4th of July?
Oh yeah, 4th of July has a different smell than Thanksgiving or Christmas. And Christmas and Thanksgiving are really close to each other.
Not for
Well,
me.
No, Thanksgiving's very pumpkin
No,
spice.
they're just close in time. is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
Oh.
Well, and there's just something about the season. Like, I don't know if it's something in the air, too. Well, it's summer, during 4th of July.
Mhm.
But there's something about Christmas things. And like Christmas decorations, you bring them up, they always smell like Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's not that there is like
They should
scented
smell like-
candles or
yeah.
anything in there.
They should smell like plastic tubs.
Yes, they should.
Really? But it doesn't.
It smells
you
like
open it up.
evergreen and cinnamon and yeah.
But fall smells like fall decorations.
I would say
That
maybe
has
It
a
so.
does.
smell.
It
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Yep.
Those smell like more like plastic leaves.
Nothing like the natural smell of plastic leaves.
Not quite as romantic as Christmas, but
But yeah, it's like a universal smell.
You know what Independence Day smells like to me?
Burgers on the grill.
Nope.
What?
That fruit Cool Whip Jello cake that Mandy used to make every 4th of July until she got tired of it and
I'm gonna
started
have to get that mold again to do that for you.
and started just mixing it together in a bowl, and it was never the same. She used to make it to look like the American flag.
Yeah, we have those pictures.
And I'm like, you mushed up the flag. This is unpatriotic.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
your
like the
fault.
4th of
All
July.
America's problems.
The 4th of July has so many smells, and that's like one of the faint because I
You
only
were pretty
got,
little.
Yeah,
when
I
we
must have
stopped
got
making
the mushed up version of it. But also, like, you know, the sparkler things,
that. Oh, yeah.
the smell
Yep,
of those,
yep.
and of course, some sort of outside smell that's specifically on the 4th of July. It's like reserved for that date. And nail polish. We always used to paint our nails red, white, and blue.
The night
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I absolutely love. My favorite, really though, is Thanksgiving and Christmas because it smells like Linda's apple pie. And when that's baking in the
Yeah.
oven in the house, there's just nothing quite like that feeling. But you know, I love fall and winter. That's kind of my favorite time of year. Everything about it's warm. I mean, it's cold outside, but it's warm inside.
It's warm inside.
And the memories are warm. Yeah. Well, that wraps up for tonight. That was some interesting questions that you
Yeah.
kind of put us through. And some songs we had to come up with. But for anybody who listened today, I hope that you enjoyed this game and maybe played along with us. Maybe you came up with some better songs than we had mentioned. So
yeah, let us
please
know in the comments.
let us know in the comments.
Maybe you came up with some better questions.
And actually, if you do have some scenario questions or ideas, put them in the comments and we'll see what song we think should go to it. But until next time, we're going to be signing off, and we will meet with you next week with a different topic. Love you all.
Yeah, bye. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.